Happy Saturday! I just fired up Island Nectar about 30 minutes ago, and it is like a tropical paradise in here. It has definitely a peachy undertone to it with kind of a mango overtone and some pineapple dancing in between. I love it. This is a soy blend I picked up this week at Kroger. I've got my pink pineapple in the background, which, by the way, I'm totally loving it because it hides some of the outlets. I don't know, my apartment complex, I mean, I shouldn't complain, but they went hog wild in this kitchen with the outlets. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Talk about the ultimate first world problems. Oh my God, I have so much electricity and power. Hashtag grateful. Hey guys, happy Saturday. I was just out on my little balcony watering my plants and I met my neighbor. She's very nice. She recently moved into the apartment next to me, I think. So that was nice to meet her. But you guys remember in my other apartment how I had that one strange, well, I won't say strange. This woman in my other apartment, if you're new here, I don't even know if she actually lived in the apartment complex, but she seemed to defy all laws of human physiology because she would like be outside in the heat of the summer all day long, just walking back and forth. She'd read on her she'd read like a book on her iPhone or Kindle app or something all day long. I mean, it gets really uncomfortably hot here and to the point of being dangerous to be outside in the midday. She would just stay out there. Didn't appear to sweat, didn't appear to perspire, didn't appear to age. She would, be out there with no sunscreen on or anything like that. And she would be smoking nonstop. And somehow, managed to, as I continued to live there, she managed to get younger and younger. I think she was like the, there was a coffee shop that was attached to my apartment complex. I think perhaps she was either the owner or manager of that coffee shop. Because she, you might think, oh, was she a homeless person? No, I think she was, worked in one of the businesses there, particularly perhaps that coffee shop, because she was always there. But it was just mind-boggling to me because she would pace outside my apartment, and sometimes when I'd be over by my window, she would like kind of look in and wave at me, and it was awkward. So yeah, miss her, but my new neighbor is rather nice and introduced herself, so I'm just here with Totoro. But anyways, I thought I'd do something a little different today because, I have a bunch of skincare products, some of which I have and purchased, but some of which were sent to me. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get a chance to talk about these, and it kind of, overwhelms me a little bit, honestly. So I thought, maybe just informally I could go through these products because some of them look really good and I'm excited about them. I just don't know, like, how soon I'll get together to make a video for them. But I wanted to go ahead and show them to you guys kind of as a, I don't know, I won't say first impression, but at least talking about the ingredients and showing you what they look like. I got a bunch of stuff from Cosrx. They have some new stuff that looks really promising to me. So I thought I would go through the stuff. The first one they sent me is, and I tried it out actually a little bit this morning, is the Triple Hyaluronic Moisture Ampule. This is a product that is just hyaluronic acid, and it also has a lactobionic acid in it. I'll get into that in a moment. But hyaluronic acid is a humectant, and it helps just hold on to water in the skin. And it's fantastic. Put on a wet face. So after you rinse off your cleanser, if you just put the hyaluronic acid right away, it traps the water on your skin and helps prevent it from just going out into the air. But it only will do that if you come over it with a heavier moisturizer. So you can't just use hyaluronic acid serums, hyaluronic acid products by themselves. They have to be either in moisturizers or you have to use them and then put a moisturizer on top. And if you live in a drier climate like Colorado, for example, the rate at which you lose water from your skin is much faster than here in Houston because of just the differences between the atmosphere and your skin are much greater than here. In fact, in Houston, I believe the moisture content is probably larger right now in the atmosphere than in my skin. But so the rate at which you lose water is going to be faster. So in your case, if you really have to be quick with putting your moisturizer on top, or you have to just rely on using hyaluronic acid. In moisturizing creams, they have to be formulated well and have a nice occlusive component. Something like dimethicone is a nice occlusive to go on top of hyaluronic acid. Depending on the size of the hyaluronic acid, they can kind of go a little bit deeper into the stratum corneum, that's the top layer of the skin, and impart even more hydration. So sometimes, you know, the devil's in the details as far as the aesthetics of the how the formulation is made, but sodium hyaluronate is what it is. But this also has, in addition to sodium hyaluronate, it also has hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid, and it also has glycerin, which is another humectant, and panthenol, which is a nice skin conditioning agent. That's what's vitamin B5. Panthenol is really just kind of this nice sticky skin conditioning agent, and it kind of just imparts almost a viscosity to a product and allows almost it to be something that can actually be put on the skin more readily. And so it's nice in that sense. It's not a must-have ingredient, but it's a good ingredient. So if you see it in moisturizers, it's good, but don't like kill yourself to get it. It's not like magical. And then this also has some polyhydroxy acids, gluconolactone and lactobionic acid. These are humectants by and large. I talk about them in my alpha hydroxy acid video, but they can also kind of lightly exfoliate some of the crusty stuff on the top layer of their skin. They're very well tolerated in people with sensitive skin, people with rosacea. Of all the kind of things that hint at exfoliating, polyhydroxy acids are generally okay to pursue. They're not irritating. They don't cause a level of irritation that's going to compromise the efficacy of things like tretinoin, for example. So, in other words, I think this is really cool. So, just as far as the consistency, it comes in a glass bottle with a little pipette on it, and this is a much nicer viscosity than the Mizon hyaluronic acid. In my opinion, it's much thicker, but it's not as thick as the Hyaluronic Hyaluronic Acid Gel Cream. It's got a little complicated name. That one I really love. That's really thick. Or the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Extra Dry Fragrance Free Hyaluronic Acid Gel Cream. Those are just thicker than this, so they're even, you know, more intense focused hydration. But it's better than the Mizon one. The Mizon one's really kind of disappoint. So that's that. I should have brought a washcloth out here to wipe my hands off as I go through these things. I might have to take a little break and do that. Then the other ampule that they sent me is the Centella Aqua Soothing one. This one has Centella asiatica in it, or Gotu Kola. Centella asiatica has compounds in it called maticosides, which have been examined in studies looking at scar formation and wound healing, keloids, and look promising for improving the nature of how wounds heal. Promising. They're not super evidence-based. It's not a super evidence-based ingredient. I enjoy using it though. It doesn't appear to be irritating, but any ingredient does have the potential to be irritating. Many of you want to pursue this ingredient because you have what you describe as acne scars. And when you say that in the comments, I never know for sure if you actually mean true acne scars or if you mean post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, for which that is not a scar and that will fade with time and sun protection. But scars, like pitted acne scars, atrophic acne scars, rolling acne scars, boxcar scars, you know, I don't really think that this is unlikely to change those either. But if you have healing acne, you know, theoretically this could improve how that heals to kind of minimize the risk of a scar. But if you become irritated by the ingredient, then you amp up the chances of forming a scar. So it's kind of risky. but I personally love using Centella on my face. It also is thought to kind of be helpful for just the skin barrier, and kind of it's rich in antioxidants. So I personally really enjoy using it. My absolute favorite Centella products, I'll show you in a moment, but this one is kind of the same consistency as the hyaluronic acid one. I mean, you really can't tell much difference. You likewise would want to put this on a wet face and then cover it with a moisturizer, because this one's actually a little bit more watery. Yeah, you definitely want to cover this with a moisturizer, because it's just kind of, you know, the liquid, the water component in this is going to evaporate out and be drying. This is not enough of a moisturizer on its own. Side note, people with oily skin will ask me, can I just use a humectant by itself since I have oily skin? Like, can I get away with that? I can handle things that are drying. And the answer is no. If you have oily skin, you have got to divorce yourself from this notion that drying out the skin is the solution. The oil gland, the sebaceous oil gland, and the stratum corneum, the surrounding skin around that oil gland, they're two separate things which, you know, they need their own attention. And you don't want to neglect a moisturizer, or neglect moisturizing, or try and dry out the surrounding skin, because all that does, when you dry out the surrounding skin, all that does, it does two things. It drives more inflammation into the skin, because as you're losing water from the skin, it becomes irritated, and that hyper-irritable skin can actually drive inflammatory mediators into the skin, and that actually can amp up sebum production a little bit. Sebum production, oil production, is largely under the control of hormonal influences, like your menstrual cycle, for example, birth control pills. I'm sorry, the light's kind of coming in and out, so I'm turning all different shades of colors. Not necessarily what you're putting on your face. But if you neglect to treat the surrounding skin barrier and you neglect to moisturize, that dryness can lead to irritation. That can actually drive a little bit of oil production, but importantly, what it does is when the surrounding skin dries out, people look oilier. And the reason they look oilier is because it's just more noticeable on dry, parched skin than it is on hydrated, buoyant skin. Does that make sense? So you don't want to neglect moisturizers. And, you know, admittedly, some moisturizers for people with oily skin will make you look like an oil slick. That's an aesthetic thing though. It's not so much that you're making more sebum as it is that the combination of just the heaviness of the moisturizer with your already pretty you're heavily emollientized. Your face has a lot of emolliency to it as a result of all of the sebum, and a heavy moisturizer can look greasy. So it's more a matter of selecting the right moisturizer for you. That's why we always say choose an oil-free moisturizer. Those tend to not do that, not have that heaviness to it. So anyways, that's the Centella product. Don't neglect moisturizers if you have oily skin, but the Centella Asiatica products that I really like, I'm currently using the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast B5 Balm. This has, you know, in addition to the Medicicide, it also has panthenol in it, which I mentioned is vitamin B5, a nourishing skin conditioning agent. This is actually intended as a kind of a spot, more of a spot treatment. It is a very thick balm, but I put this all over my face and it's great. I love it. So this one is what I'm using currently as my nighttime moisturizer. But one I really love and I want to mention because I got some questions about it recently is the Dear Klairs Midnight Blue Calming Cream. I shared this in a Kbeauty skincare routine with you guys. It has the Centella in it and also has peptides in it, which are humectants. I think this is fantastic. I really love this. In fact, I think I like it better than, I almost like it a little bit, well, they serve different purposes. This is more of a balm consistency and this is more of a rich cream. But the thing I wanted to mention about this, on some website, I think it's Soko Glam, it says there's lavender oil in this. And after the whole debacle with the Derma E peptide cream having lavender oil in it, after the whole debacle of the Derma E peptide cream that I previously recommended to you guys having lavender oil in it, I was like, not another product with hidden lavender oil in it that's not disclosed on the ingredient list. So I contacted the company because I wanted to make sure that was not the case with this. And I said, hey, you know, I see online that some sites are saying that your product has lavender oil in it and essential oils in it, but I'm not reading that on the label. Can you clarify? And they're like, absolutely not. This product does not have any lavender, doesn't have any essential oils, has exactly what it says on the label, nothing else. And they're like, please, where did you read that? You know, is that on our website? Like, is that an error somewhere that we're not aware of? Like, they kind of were like, you know, a little bit, you know, wanted to make sure that it wasn't on their site. So I need to get back to them and let them know that it was, I think it was SoCo Glam that I read that. But yeah, this product does not have essential oils in it. According to the company, I contacted them. They're very nice. So yeah, I wanted to say that about that. But anyways, those are the two ampules that they sent me. And then they also sent me this green tea Aqua soothing gel cream. Here, I haven't tried this one out yet. I opened it up. So green tea has been shown to be helpful for a variety of things in the skin, namely as an antioxidant, potentially for scavenging free radicals, although antioxidants and topical products are usually not super stable. It's also been shown to be helpful for calming down inflammation, redness, and it's also been shown to be helpful for decreasing the appearance of pores and helping oiliness. So if you're somebody with oily skin, a green tea moisturizer is a good choice. This is a gel cream, so I'm thinking it's going to be more on the humectant side of things, but I could be wrong. It's got yeah, green tea and glycerin, which is humectant, aloe leaf juice, which, as I talked about in my aloe video, is in products. Aloe leaf juice, you know, that's been filtered, is a good ingredient. It's got panthenol, a skin conditioning agent. I'm gonna guess that this is gonna be kind of a more of a humectant that you're still gonna need a moisturizer on top with, but maybe a good way to explore green tea. Ooh, it's a little hard to get off the topper. So I always get questions about jar packaging. As a side note, like this whole Paula's Choice thing with the jar packaging, jars are not a problem. Like, that's why we have preservatives. I mean, it's a problem for, it's annoying, in my opinion. Sometimes jar packaging is a little tricky to get in and out of. And I can see people don't feel comfortable dipping their fingers in and out of things, fine. But from a product stability point of view, that is why they add preservatives. Now, if you're doing some dinky-rinky thing with the Lush skincare where they don't add any preservatives and they just like go in their kitchen and make guacamole and put it in a cup and try and sell it to you, yeah, that's probably not great in jar packaging, and I think that's all they use. The reason is there's just no preservatives in that, and that's going to go bad. Just like you know, potato salad at a picnic is going to go bad. That stuff they sell you at Lush is likewise going to go bad because I don't think they use any preservatives. Anyways, yes, I was correct. This is almost like aloe, you guys. This is a nice jelly-like consistency. I think you guys who enjoy putting aloe on your face will really like this to get a nice the benefits of aloe leaf juice, as well as green tea. I think you guys will like this. Oh, it's a nice thick consistency too. It's nice and rich. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, I love Cosrx. They have a lot of good products. I love their Nourishing Rice Overnight Mask. They're a brand, a Kbeauty brand that I do really like. So the last one that I got is the Moisture Power Enriched Cream. I'm thinking this would be a good one. This is going to be the heavier moisturizer that can go on top of the humectants. But this one is the one I'm least excited about because it has coconut oil in it. Coconut oil is not problematic. It's great in hair care actually, but it can flare people's acne. So I don't really think those of you with acne prone skin would get along too well with this product because of the coconut oil. And it also has propolis in it. Now, propolis is popular in a lot of Kbeauty. It's also in a lot of lip products. It is derived from, it's what bees feed their queen. It's like bee food. It is not vegan, obviously, but propolis is an ingredient that people do often become sensitized to and allergic to. So it's hard to avoid it strictly, but if you are somebody who uses a lot of fragrance, who uses a ton of products, who even does one of these 20-step, 10-step, 7-step Kbeauty routines, and includes propolis as well as maybe fragrance and a bunch of other things. The combination of all of those sensitizing ingredients is really setting the stage for developing an allergy to one of them. The more stuff you put on your face, the greater number of ingredients that you pursue and play around with, particularly if you throw fragrance into the mix and you throw common allergens like propolis in, you just kind of increase the chances. So what I'm saying is, if you happen to have a minimal skincare routine and one of the products has propolis in it, you're probably fine. You can still develop an allergy to it. But if you're somebody who has a massive skincare routine and it's got like 3 or 4 products with propolis plus fragrance plus menthol, that's something that is even riskier for sensitivity developing. So there's that. That's kind of one kind of gray zone in between area to navigate these ingredients. But always err on the side of caution and just keep things minimal. Anyways, so this one's got propolis in it. I talk more about propolis, by the way, in my video on Egyptian magic. So check that video out. I talk more about propolis as well as honey and bee-derived stuff in that video. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about by more of a cream that you can put on top of a humectant. And I mean, honestly, you guys, like, as far as just reading the ingredients and knowing that, it's really hard to do. It's kind of just feel of the product and looking at it. Like, you can tell that when you put this on your skin, you know it's a cream, and you can feel that occlusion on there. Whereas some of these other things, you put them on and it feels like you've got more water on your face. And that's not gonna stay there. You need the occlusion to seal that water in. But this would be a good choice. Ooh, I like that. Aside from the issues I mentioned with the coconut oil and the propolis, this feels really good. Ooh, I like that. Rub it into my elbows. Oh, speaking of elbows, I've been doing the block, like my elbows look ratchet right now. Ratchet, is that even a word? Because I've been doing that Balagalates butt up routine on my elbows, and somebody mentioned the yoga jellies. I need to get the yoga jellies for doing that, so I don't develop a blistering disorder on my elbows. All right, so those are Cosrx products that I got. Speaking of blistering disorders, I wanted to update you guys the FabFitFun box that I got last week. Remember, I got this exfoliating foot mask by Wish, and I pointed out in that video, oh god, this has fragrance in it. Like, just use the my leg's falling asleep. Just use the carousel foot ointment that I've talked about before, fragrance free. It's got urea and salicylic acid in it. Yeah, I've been trying this out because it smelled good and I wanted to try it. It's not very good. Like, it feels kind of like you put on a sheet mask on your foot, like a face mask consistency. It's just kind of liquidy. It smells really nice, but it doesn't really soften the runner's callus like carousel does. It doesn't really beautify the feet. I have been underwhelmed by this, but I actually will continue to use it up. I kind of like this. I like the way it smells, even though I tell you guys to avoid fragrance. It's got papain in it, and it's also got pumpkin seed extract and bromelain, which is from pineapple. Yeah, somebody was asking what do I do with the products that I get and don't use. Like, if it's something, sometimes I will use things on my feet, but other times I just donate them to Project Beauty Share. That's what I usually will end up doing, except in the cases of the jar packaging, which brings me back to the jar packaging. With Project Beauty Share, they will accept a lot of used stuff, but they won't accept used things in jar packaging because of the finger dipping thing. From a hygiene perspective, they can't really guarantee that it hasn't been contaminated. So, like, for example, I couldn't donate this now that I've gone dipping my fingers in, but I'm pretty excited about using it myself, so I'm okay with that. So those are those. And then, I wanted to share with you guys, I bought this myself. Cosrx sent these, or actually it was Yesstyle, I think, sent me this stuff from Cosrx because I ordered some stuff from Yesstyle myself, and I got a notification that I was going to be getting stuff sent to me from Yesstyle, and I thought it was my actual order, and then I saw this stuff and it looked more like a PR package. So thank you if you sent it to me. I'm pretty excited about it. But anyways, I did order for myself and love the Juju Aqua Moist All-in-One Gel. I'm not going to open it up, but I shared this with you guys in, God, what video was it? One of my videos on hyaluronic acid. I think it was it my under eye? Yes, it was my how to brighten up under eyes. This product is fantastic. This is a hyaluronic acid humectant gel. I actually think it rivals the Hada Labo one. This one's vegan, by the way. So I got another one. It was sold out like as soon as I mentioned it in that video. It sold out on Yesstyle, but they got it back in. So I'll list it down below. I won't open it up though, because I've opened these and I want to use them myself. Now, and last but not least, I shared this recently in a Yesstyle haul that I bought, and I haven't used it yet, so I'm going to try it out. It's a Muji Lip Cream SPF 20, fragrance-free. This is a chemical lip sunscreen, and it's got mineral oil and petrolatum and paraffin and jojoba seed oil, and it also has lanolin. Now, lanolin is derived from sheep's fleece, and it is a fatty alcohol that is frequently in lip products, and like propolis, it is an ingredient that people can become sensitized to and allergic to. So there's that, but let's give it a try here. I haven't warmed it up or anything. Oh, that's nice. There's something about this that has a kind of medicament undertone. It smells like something in a first aid box. I can't, like Bactine. I can't put my finger on it. It's not a bad smell, but it does kind of create the effect of Bactine. I'm not sure what that is, but it's nice. I had some kumquats yesterday. I gotta be careful of those kumquats. They swell up my lips. So yeah, kind of like that. It's nice. But anyways, guys, that is everything that I got and I wanted to share with you all. I know this is a little unusual from what I typically do on Saturdays, but like I said, I kind of have all this and it sort of overwhelms me, and I hate the idea that so much time would go by before I had a chance to share it with you all in any sort of manner, and I figured I'd just pop on here and do the thing now. And so I hope you guys like this style. Comment below, maybe, I don't know, episodically we could just do kind of a casual, I kind of like this casual setup where, you know, I'm just kind of going through things and talking about the ingredients. Let me know how that works for you as a way to share these with you, stuff that, you know, I think can be helpful. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.